Good morning, everyone. This is Srikanth Rajan, and welcome back to the Stock Market Podcast from MPIinvest.com. So, talking about the markets have been very bullish over the last 2 weeks, and the markets, especially in India, have been overtly bullish and has touched a high of 20,222, and from there has just settled just below to 2200. But if you looked at what we spoke yesterday in the market pulse video, I guess there was some issues with the video. There was some disturbance because the network was really bad. I was not at office. So let me repeat that. So as we were discussing about the markets, one very important thing is that the US markets had a big fall on Friday, and that has led to the entire global sentiment being negative. So the most important thing to note was that Indian markets might see a, when it is not might, it will see a gap down opening. But how big is the gap down is something that needs to be checked, because of late, where the gift nifty has not been really giving a right trend to the Indian stock market, it's very important to actually see how the markets actually react. So for that, we'll have to see the market, but then I'm kind of expecting markets not to see a big gap down, maybe a 50 point gap down. And from there, what will happen is something that needs to be watched. However, I am not expecting the markets to fall big, neither rally big. Probably it could be a day of consolidation is what I'm expecting. And probably by end of the day, markets might slightly see some sell-off, majorly because tomorrow is a holiday. So, being Ganesh Chaturthi, so the markets will have a holiday in India, and that is not going to be a global holiday. So this would actually, make the short-term traders cautious about the market, and they would probably tend to pull out fund from the market. So that could be something that could be expected in the market. So I'm not, expecting any traders to be going with aggressive positions at this point of time. US markets are yet to see some, settlement, because on Friday after the fall, the US markets were open today evening only after Indian markets closed. So the cues from there will come, can be seen in Indian market only on Wednesday. So people would like to be cautious again in this part. So these are few things to be noted. If at this point of time, as we speak, I'm just looking at the Asian markets. Hong Kong is trading minus 1.3%, and if you see, Korea is also down by 0.8%. And similarly, if you look at China, China is the only thing which is kind of trading in the positive, which is up by 0.67%. So this is majorly because of similar thing that we've spoken about. That is the lot of economic reforms they're bringing in to develop the country, and that is something to be looked at. So as of now, I'm not expecting the markets to open very big gap down, maybe 40-50 points. That's completely fine at this point of time when the markets are at its all-time high. In fact, the way the markets have rallied in the last 10 days, this 50 points is nothing at all. So the markets can be choppy for this day because of, again, tomorrow being a holiday, the Nifty expiry will happen today, and mid cap Nifty and mid cap expiry is also happening today. So both these indices expiring today, market volatility can be to the peak. Again, like I told you, being a short week, not suggesting people to be into trading or trying trading at this point of time, because markets can actually be really volatile and can be dangerous. So kind of, I would say stay away from trading unless you're a pro at it. Otherwise, for investors, nothing to be done. You just need to be sitting quiet and deleverage yourself. So that's it for now. I think let us see how the market goes. Based on that, we can plan our week. In fact, I'm expecting the markets to kind of, be to be on a safer side. The expiry can be between 19,700 and 20,500. Of course, it's a very big range I'm giving because of a lot of uncertainties. I can probably narrow down this range based on how the markets are going to perform today, and how the US markets would close tomorrow. So we will discuss all this in detail on Wednesday, because tomorrow is a holiday. So on that day, probably we can have a more closer range. But then next day is going to be expiry. So not expecting good premiums in options. So that's why I said we'll not see this as a great week for trading. So that's it for now. This is Srikanth Rajan signing off. But before we leave, of course, do press the like button if you love the content that we share, and do share the podcast with your friends and relatives to help them learn and invest together with us. Goodbye. Have a great week ahead.